if we take a big tree, there will be like there are a lot of thousands and lot of leaves will be there, and branches are minimal. Like we have some branches, and the trunk will be only one. All our tree, the leaves and branches and then trunk, everything is part of it. But quantity wise, number wise, functional wise, they are all different. Similarly, when I look into the Prachara Dharma area, means spreading the truth, because there are 3 dharmas usually we go through. One is Kutumba Dharma, and number 2, Ashrama Dharma, and number 3, Prachara Dharma. So in these 3, Kutumba Dharma, as we know very well, to satisfy the body, mind, family members, community. So we spend, actually speaking, the whole life, half of it will go to Kutumba Dharma, that we know very well, according to the current scenario on the earth plane. But slowly we realize the value of Prachara Dharma. Before that, Ashrama Dharma, that is where, like quite opposite to Kutumba, where we spend in a ashram, like we have a lot of holistic centers built with a pyramid and all. There we work more on the soul. So here in Ashrama Dharma, 90% soul development and 10% the bodily activity. Whereas in Kutumba Dharma, it is opposite, like 90% pleasures and 10% spiritual activity. After completing these 2, then slowly we understand the value of Prachara Dharma, means spreading the truth. Spreading the truth, it changes from time to time based on the era. Suppose if we are there in freedom fighter countries in the years 1900 to 1940 or 50, we are supposed to go with a freedom fighter flag every day, because at that time that is more important. Getting freedom is liberation, and then that is moksha at that point of time. But now, according to the earth trend, expanding the consciousness and making the people enlightened, understanding the spiritual reality is the only thing that we can spread to stabilize the entire earth. So, Ashrama Dharma is intense sadhana. Kutumba Dharma is making our platform, creating a platform in the community and completing the bodily and mind desires as a part of middle path. But after that, this Prachara Dharma will start. The teaching responsibility means to understand the oneness, to align in the big picture. We start teaching. In fact, it is like we realized Aham Brahmasmi, we are God in Ashrama Dharma. Now we want to spread the same to everyone. As a part of our realization, the third Veda Vakyas like Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma means everything around us is godliness. So from individual God to expand to community God, that is where this Prachara Dharma will come. So when it comes to this Prachara Dharma, means the spreading purpose, spreading truth. Now I would like to bring that example, leaves, branches and trunk. Trunk is one, branches can be many, and then leaves like countless. So this is something like when we are supposed to contribute to the community, we need to understand which role we are going to play according to the tree ratio just now I said. Of course, we are part of the tree, we are part of the Prachar Dharma. Are we going to play the role like a trunk as a one, or like branches, or like leaves? I'll put it in this way. A family man who is balancing the children, job, things and all, he acts like a leaf. Means 10% or 5% if you do, still you are good and you are great. Because you have family responsibilities, things and all. So the 10% doing itself is great thing during that particular area of our life development. Later on, slowly we ascend to like 40%, 50% doing. That is like branches, where you are extending your help in a great way. Other than basic life, the remaining everything is like spirituality, spreading. Coming to the trunk, that is absorbing as a full-timer. Today we are all happily doing meditation because Patriji, after doing job for 3 years, he resigned and he became a full-timer. He made a decision and is available full-time. So it may not be the choice for everyone because trunks are only one out of all the trees. Leaves can be countless and branches can be a countable number, but when it comes to the trunk, it is one. So that's why we don't expect everyone to become a full-timer. Full-timers are like a trunk. They are, looks like very rocky, highly detached, very stubborn, stable. Everything we see, because after all, it is a trunk which is holding the entire tree, and they are supposed to be. That is what the full-timer will do. And coming to the branches, yes, still they hold the responsibility or the stature of the trunk, but in a smaller size. Otherwise, almost same. So initially, I used to confuse. There are people who are completely dedicated and then they are full-time, and my baby is not grown up. I cannot leave her and go away out of the home. Wherever I go, I have to bounce back. That pickup, drop, and everything. The family drama will be there. We need to take care of senior citizen parents most of the times. And once I think I got this formula of a tree. And here, if you see, the miracle is without the leaves, the green leaves, trees, it doesn't exist, because those are the ones really feed the entire tree with its green and whatever. After all, this trunk and branches are existing only to hold those leaves. That's why without leaves, there is no purpose for the trunk and branches. That's why even though people are doing 5%, 10%, they are 200% great. That is what they are supposed to do. That is actually the real meaning of life. That green. We attract to a tree for that green only, not for the trunk or branches actually. The green tree. So similarly in the society, the people who are living happily with their children and middle path, contributing a little, they are 200% good. That is what the real energy of the whole life, the middle path. Because the whole world is deviated now, we are coming up with this Prachar Dharma and then we are trying to educate each and every one. But once you understand the truth, and if you are happy with your family, doing your own little contribution, you are there. No need to become like a trunk or a branch, unless it knocks your door one day when you feel that your responsibilities are completed. Why don't I do this job as a full time? Because the world is in need of it, and I have time and I have some sources to make myself available more and more time. And then that is the day where you are going to emerge as a trunk. It looks like bit Rocky and all the characters. If you compare a person who is like a full timer, that is as equal to them. And we should not expect the green leaf out of a trunk because it's already trunk. It cannot grow as a leaf again. So that's why when I got this example, then all my doubts and that comparison, everything was completely gone. So since then onwards in my prescription, that 5 to 10% giving or 40% giving or 100% giving, within split second I can write. The reason for telling this concept today, when I work with exceptional illnesses like autoimmune disorders, 1 in 1 lakh illnesses, whatever it may be, where there is a lifetime medication, usually I see those are the people who are supposed to play their role in spreading dharma, prachar dharma, like a trunk, not like a leaf or a branch even. They may start as a branch, doing a 40-50% doing, but very soon they have to land as a full timer. That is where, because they are like they are inviting a disease which is 1 in 1 lakh. So their efforts also will be like a 1 in 1 lakh. We don't expect everyone should become full timers. Out of 1 lakh, only 1% will become full timer and then working like a trunk. So whenever you have chosen a purpose as a pre-birth plan to do some exceptional service, and for any reason, by ignorance or ego or whatever, if you don't get into that area, mostly because of ignorance only, so that is where we bring a reminder like in 1 in 1 lakh or exceptional illnesses as a reminder. The moment they turn up as full timers, and then actually speaking, it is not like a rule. This is like inside they will have that much kind heart as well. They feel like, why don't I completely absorb in oneness and then community and do the seva full time? From the childhood, they carry those seeds, that compassion, kindness, and simplicity. They don't need anything, just a loaf of bread in a day, and then keep moving and spreading the truth, doing service. This is what they hold actually from the childhood. They can't compare themselves with the other leaves like who are carrying their 90% of material thing. They are good in their own way. And these are also good. But because of this heights of materialism, family pulling, bullying, all these things, we doubt and we are a bit fearful to take that quantum leap, to take that jump. What people think, all this blah blah will come only to a certain extent. When their call comes, when they realize one day, a doctor like me will give a spiritual tablet, and then they will realize, and boom, they will come out automatically. So if it is their turn. So that's why doing as a full timer, 100% like a trunk, and doing only 40-50% means the major chunk in your life, and like a branch, and then living life, a leaf, doing only 5 to 10%, taking care of your family, happiness, all the 3 dharmas, 3 happinesses, Vishyananda, Bhajananda, and Brahmananda, all the 3 you are, carrying. Still you are very green and good. That is what actually the tree is, in fact. That is what we appreciate, the middle path. So a person happily living with his own meditation, balancing life, he should not compare himself with a full-timer and feel jealous or feel sad or want to come out of it. No. Okay. Until and unless you have that purpose in your forehead, or you feel that all your responsibilities completed, now you can, give that thing, then that is the time for you to jump and do like a trunk of the tree. Otherwise, just like as a leaf, you're always good. So this is how I relate with different types or levels of illnesses and the amount of prachar dharma they are supposed to do. Prachar means like the spreading truth at a given point of time, how much we are supposed to do. Because I worked as a medical doctor with the illness, and I traced the illness, and then finally I landed in three dharmas of Patriji concept, and how it is related to these exceptional illnesses. Yeah, thank you all.